Hey guys, it's at TCAT, and today I'm going to show you how to draw meh style. And it's really fun, and I'll show you why. So let's go ahead and get started. So, the fun thing about meh style is you can apply it to literally any character. Take Elmo for example. Let me make him a little bigger here. So, everybody knows Elmo. He's a pretty distinct character. And we're going to make him meh today as part of this example. So there are two main features when it comes to meh. One is the body, and the other is the face. So we're going to start with the body here. Now, with Elmo, you can see he's got a very round head, and then his body is proportionately smaller than his head. And then, of course, he has his Muppet arms and legs. Well, in meh style, what you do generally is you take the widest part of the body and you draw a line up from that to the head. And you end up creating like this bean or potato shape. Something like that. And he's got his head cocked, so we're going to emphasize that a little bit. Let me make a few adjustments. So in this case, his body is actually turned. So we're going to reflect that turn. Just like this. And we're going to draw kind of a bean shape. And that's going to be his body. And so with meh characters, they really don't have a neck. There's no neck here. There's no shoulders. It just goes from their head to their body to the torso in kind of one smooth motion. And we can round this a little more just to give it a little more of an Elmo shape, like so. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move him off to the side here. We can keep him as a reference. So now that we have this odd shape here, this is going to be his head and body combined. And we're going to go ahead and add the limbs. So just like the lack of shoulders, there's normally not distinct hips either. It goes straight from the hip to the thigh without any real separation. And those are his legs there, and then we're going to bring out his little Muppet arms. And his Muppet hands, which are really easy to draw because he's got these little nubby fingers. We'll go ahead and do the other one. Like so. So as you can see, we have the pose very similar, which is another trick to drawing meh. When you're going to be drawing a specific character, you know, pick kind of a pose that helps make them recognizable, you know, something that is definitely a pose that that character would do. Obviously, in this case, we have our reference here. Elmo is making this exact pose, so it makes it really easy. So the next thing we're going to do is actually add some detail that helps sell our character. So in this case, you can see Elmo is a Muppet, and he's very fuzzy. So as we do our refined outline, we're going to make sure we keep that in mind and make him fuzzy and furry. He's already starting to look a lot more like a Muppet. Okay, so we have his outline, and now we're going to add some coloring. Same principle applies. Obviously you want to color the character in the way that they would be colored in their general style. So of course we're going to use some red here. I'm actually going to take a sample directly from Elmo here so that we can get a similar coloring. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm coloring, I like to go around the whole outline first and then fill it in. Part of this comes from back when I was a kid and I did coloring books. That's how I colored. And part of it is because when you're coloring digitally, you can create an outline and then fill it with the bucket tool, and that makes it a lot quicker. And that's what we're going to be doing here. And there we go. Okay. So now we want to add a little bit of shading just to give a little more depth to our character. This is kind of optional. But it's going to help us refine some of the shapes of the body. So we're actually going to add some shading here to round up the head just a tad. Because Elmo has a very round head, as we already pointed out. We're just going to add some fur strokes. That's probably pretty good for now. So the last thing is the face. Now for Elmo, he's got a very, very distinct nose. So we're going to go ahead and add that. I'm going to draw that in here. We're going to put that right there, because he's got a very big oval nose. I'm going to go ahead and color that in. And as I mentioned, there are two main features to the meh style. And the first is the body, which we keep in this kind of bean/potato shape. And the next is actually the face. So we're going to go ahead and add that. And as you can see, Elmo's eyes they actually sit on top of his head. So we're going to put them up there. Just like so. And then when it comes to meh style, the mouth is just one very straight, emotionless line. And Elmo's mouth goes pretty much clear across his face. And the eyes are always empty and white. So that's pretty much how you draw meh style. There we have it. There's, I don't know what you want to call him. You want to call him Melmo or Elme. He could be either one of those. So I would love to see what you guys turn meh, because you can apply this to literally any character. So pick one of your favorite characters, draw them in meh style, and send it to me or show it to me. Post it on YouTube and tag me or put my name in the title so I can search it up. All right? So until next time, I'm that TCAT, and I will catch you guys later.